Welcome to episode 2 of Manja Music with the Tonys. Tony, what are you going to be making for us today?
What, Tony? Today we're going to have a special guest, so it has to be a special dinner.
What's this all about?
Hey, this is how I get my chicken. You know, I went hunting yesterday for today's meal.
Oh, my.
You know, so we got a special guest, so it's going to be a special menu. It's going to be a chicken cacciatore.
So we have a few dead chickens.
A few, yeah. Yeah, and then tomorrow we'll get some more.
Okay, well, listen, let's do this then. Obviously, you've been hunting in Italy, so we're going to have to pack up the chickens. We're going to head back to Rancho Mirage, California at the Tony and Tony Chicken.
Yeah, but...
We are now in Rancho Mirage, California at the famous Tony and Tony's Kitchen. Correct, Tony?
That's right.
All right, so, but with that said, I want to introduce our very special guest today. Tenor of the Americas, Mr. Maximo Marcuso. Hey! Ciao, bello! Come stai? Hey! Tutto bene, tutto bene.
Okay, good.
Oh, what a wonderful thing. Maximo, we are so glad you're here with us today. And we're going to have a great time. Chef Tony, what are you going to be preparing for us today?
Well, today we're going to do chicken cacciatore.
Huh?
It's, you know, we're going to get the chicken drunk and then we're going to cook it, you know.
So, Maximo, what do you think about chicken cacciatore?
Oh my God, the chicken cacciatore makes me sing.
Makes you sing?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, hey!
Cacciatore, cacciatore, la 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 la. Cacciatore, cacciatore, la 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 la.
Anyway, Tony, why don't you get us started here with your ingredients, okay?
Okay, well, I just prepared some of the ingredients that we use all the time. And of course, here you got some garlic powder.
Okay.
Of course, everybody knows I love Mrs. Dash.
Mrs. Dash, it's your
32
favorite.
different spices in here. Of course, you got to have salt. Oregano is a must. That's what makes it nice and sweet. Black pepper and some red flakes here. And then we're going to add the bell peppers, parsley, onions, and garlic.
So let me ask you this. What are we going to have Maximo doing here?
Well, I need a sous chef. Will you be my sous chef?
Oh, Madon, hey.
Oh.
He's dressed perfectly for it.
Of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I need help with the onion and the bell pepper and the garlic and the parsley. So let's get started.
Okay.
And let me get the chicken and we'll get going.
Okay, very good. Sounds good. Maximo.
You go ahead and start there.
Is the chicken alive?
No, it's a dead one.
Oh, we shot it. Don't worry about it.
Let's get the chicken here. Here we got 4 pounds of chicken thighs. Already they've been cleaned, taken all the fat out.
You know, Tony, I noticed that you leave the skin on the chicken. You see that?
Yeah.
How he
Oh,
does
yeah.
that? So, Maximo, tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, yes, thank you, Tony. Actually, I want to thank you both for inviting me to this wonderful and fun and cooking show. I was natural born tenor. My mother was a soprano, and all my family are symphonic musicians. So since then, I was coached by them, and I started traveling all over the world, singing music of love and hope with symphony orchestras. I sang jazz. I sang many kind of
fantastic.
Jazz, pop, and including the opera, which is that is in my heart.
Beautiful, beautiful. So with that said, you're going to sing a couple songs for us a little later on as well, correct?
This food is gonna make me sing.
There you go. So, Chef Tony, back to you. Okay. What you got going on here?
You know, it's kind of funny how Maximo and I met.
Yeah? How'd you guys meet?
Well, when we were doing the Mark and Tony show, Christy Rucci, my girlfriend, she was a production assistant.
Yes.
Or manager, I should say. And then she was in charge of scouting talents. So we used to go out and meet people and we put show. With Maximo, was a little bit different. I used the social media. Don't cut yourself. No. Por favor.
Yeah.
I used the social media, Facebook. I put an ad in there that says, please contact me if we're looking for talent. So, God be known, Maximo called up and he says, hey, tell me what the Mark and Tony show is all about.
Okay. That's how
I told him about it. I says, you know what? I'm going to get you in contact with Christy Rucci. And she called him up. We met him. We enjoyed his company. And the rest is history.
Oh, awesome.
And today's here.
So, Maximo,
Thank you.
thank you so much for following up and becoming friends with Tony and Christy. And now you become part of our family here.
Thank you so much.
It is awesome.
I feel home. Actually, because a lot of food here. So.
I tell you, one thing you're not home at is cutting bell peppers. I can tell you that. Stick to singing, okay?
Oh no, I'm getting.
No, you're doing a fabulous
I guess
job.
so. Look, 1, 2,
Oh, no, you...
3, 4, 5.
So, Tony, what exactly is it you're going to do next?
Well, the flour's already been seasoned. I put the black pepper and some salt. So now we're gonna kind of brown the chicken in here. Now, make sure you put the skin down first.
So, Tony, let me ask you this. I mentioned it to Maximo earlier. I noticed that you leave the skin on the chicken. Is that for flavor, or what's the deal there?
Well, you know, chicken thighs are pretty fatty. And by doing that, you get them brown real nice because, of course, the skin, you know, it gets brown really nice and a little kind of crunchy. So I got 4 pounds of thighs. But, you know, we got some hungry boys here today.
Yeah, well,
and
we got
girls.
Maximo over here, and he was licking his chops earlier.
Yeah.
So while Tony's cooking here, I noticed that Maximo's chopping onions. And Maximo, I thought you were happy to be on the show. You're crying.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
I knew it was a good idea to give an onion.
How's my sous chef doing?
You did it on purpose.
So, Tony, tell us all, how long do you leave it before you flip it?
It's been about 8-10 minutes. You know, it depends on the size of the thighs. These have to be very meaty thighs, so it takes a little bit longer. I mean, they look good. See, that's nice and brown.
What I noticed is when I looked into the pot, I saw that there were pieces of garlic as well as some juice. Do you add anything in there, or is that from the chicken?
No, the only thing you got in there is olive oil. Of course, you know, thighs are very fatty, so this is a mixture of olive oil and the fat from the chicken.
And this little device that you have, I know it's got a little hook on the end.
Oh yeah, this was given to me by one of my friends. He's got a nice hook.
Yeah.
Picks it up real nice.
I'll be darned. Well, Tony, let me ask you a question. So you've browned the chicken on both sides about 10 minutes or so on medium flame.
Medium.
Now, what is the next step?
Well, the next step is we're going to lower the gas a little bit because we're going to put the wine in there. So we don't want to have it where we burn the house. So we're going to lower it a little bit, let the wine just soak up in the chicken.
So, Tony, let me ask you this. What is the purpose of the wine?
Well, the wine, you know, gives the chicken a little flavor. See, the chicken cacciatore goes back to about the 1400s. They came home with the wild game. They wanted to give it a nice taste, to give it that gamey taste.
While you're going to your next steps, which I believe is sautéing the vegetables, let's have Maximo Marcuso, the tenor of the Americas,
All right.
sing us a tune. Ladies and gentlemen, Maximo Marcuso.
L'aurora di bianco vestita e all'uscio di schiori al gran sol di già con le rosse sue dita carezza dei fiori lo suo commosso da un fremito arcano intorno il prato gli appar e tu non ti dessi le mano mi sto qui dolente a cantar metti anche tu la veste bianca e sfiori lucio a tuo cantare non sei la luce manca dove tu sei nasce l'amor metti anche tu la veste bianca e schiori l'uscio a tuo cantare non sei la luce manca ove tu sei nasce l'amor.
Was Isn't Maximo terrific? Unbelievable.
All right, looks like our peppers and onions are pretty well sauteed. So let's put the chicken back in here.
So the next step would actually be, once you have the chicken all in, you're going to go ahead and add the pomodoro, the tomatoes. Now, how long are you going to leave the chicken in there sauteing with the vegetables?
After I put the tomato in here, then it's going to cook in slow heat for about 35 to 40 minutes.
For those of you at home, this is going to be a great recipe for you to follow. Tony's making a large batch because we have quite a few people with us here today. However, you can make this in a small batch as well.
Now, these are pomodoro pelati. They're peeled tomatoes, so I'm going to squash them with my hands. Just real easy.
So you have a little bit of chunkiness in the tomatoes as well.
Yeah, because in the old days, they used to use fresh tomatoes, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't have the luxury that we have today. These are 2 cans of 28 ounce each. Let's add the tomatoes. See how nice and chunky they are?
So Tony, do you lift the flame up a little bit once the tomatoes are in there?
No, actually, Tony, I'm going to lower them a little bit. Once I get it started.
So it's going to be more of a slow cooking process.
Yeah.
The final thing you're going to do
Garlic
now
powder.
is add spices, correct?
Yeah. My parents taught me and my grandmother to put pinch.
So your measuring device are your fingers.
Here's Mrs. Dash.
Pinch.
Well, we got the tomatoes in there. You know, tomatoes have a lot of acidity, so you need something sweet. You can put anything. You can put sugar. You can put some kind of liquor. Since we have the wine available, let's put a little bit of wine. This will take the acidity out of the tomatoes. Oregano. Oregano gives us that sweetness. Parsley, so let's put that in there. Let's put all of it.
Yeah, parsley always does
We
the
love
trick.
parsley. And it's going to saute for about 45 minutes on low heat. And then I guarantee you, the meat's going to just fall off the bone. It's been cooking about 40 minutes. And while the chicken is still simmering, we're going to put the linguine. The water is boiling, so I need some salt. You got to put quite a bit of salt in the pasta there.
And what's the purpose of the salt?
It just makes the water boil faster, and also it makes the pasta cook really, really good.
So now how long do you cook the pasta for, Tony?
We like it a little bit al dente, so about 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes.
I see. So by that time, while the pasta is cooking, do you do anything more with the chicken?
No, because probably another 5 minutes or so, it'll be all done. Oh yeah, it's
we
ready.
go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
This is going to be good.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, the treasure.
Look at this work
that.
of art.
Mamma mia.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
we're going to take this out a little bit at a time.
So you see how
Oh my goodness.
easy.
Yeah.
We're going to have our chance.
I'm hungry now.
I know you are. Well, you sang that beautiful song earlier.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what makes me sing.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I have this one, okay? Well, we rehearse now.
Okay.
Se mangia bene, se beve vino, la 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 la, se mangia bene. Yes.
Yes.
Now, okay, we sang for the supper.
Maximo, I got to tell you a funny story. So on episode 1, we had Tony DiGiorlano, very funny man. I think you know Tony. And we found out that Tony is very frugal, very, very smart shopper. So I have to ask the question. He bought a new pot, okay? Now, I'm willing to bet that he still has the receipt from this pot that he bought, because if he finds one better price, he'll bring it back, okay? And exchange it. Right, Tony?
What did you say about receipts?
I told him, I bet you have the receipt. Look,
I got a receipt.
I told you.
Tony Di Delardo, right here. See, Tony?
Anyway,
Okay.
so, hey, Walmart, I guarantee you this pot's coming back on Monday.
All right, let's go here.
Okay, now we're gonna pour this. Look at this beautiful sauce that he made for the pasta. Look at this. Oh my God. We are going to have a feast, my friend. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth has arrived. We are going to sample the chicken cacciatore. However, before we start, we're going to pour a little bit of Monsanto Chianti Classico wine for our guest and for
Mine.
It's
There we
perfect
go.
for the chicken.
Perfect for the chicken. Ladies, Christy, Franny, please. Thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look at these lovely ladies. huh?
Beautiful ladies
Very
here.
good. Thank you very much.
Oh. Yes.
Salute cent'anni, huh?
La salute.
Cent'anni, amicizia.
Okay. Amicizia importante. Friendship means everything. Let's go ahead and try our
Ooh.
sample.
All right. Ready?
Here we go.
Yeah.
So, my first impression is my first bite. The chicken is very tender, Tony. And the skin is, I can see how the skin just becomes incorporated as part of the tenderness of the chicken. Okay?
Right.
Well,
Well, you know, when you simmer for so long, all the fat, all the grease comes out, you know. And then when you put the wine in there, it just melts right into the chicken.
What kind of wine do you pour?
Well, this time we had the Chianti Classico. It's a lightweight wine, you know, it's got a good color, and it's just light.
So what happens if you put a stronger wine?
It just has, you know, it really doesn't really matter that much because most of the wine is going to evaporate anyway. And only so much, and then the peppers take over, the onion take over, the garlic. So it's a combination of everything.
So, I'm a little ahead of you, gentlemen. But like I said, the chicken is tender. It just falls off the bone. I just had a little bit of pasta while you guys were discussing the wine, and the pasta is cooked perfectly, Tony. Beautiful. Al dente. Maximo, I mean, what do you think, huh?
Oh, I cannot think.
Maximo, tell the audience a little bit about, you know, what you do, your history, where you performed.
Yeah, I've been performing around the world, and I have my last performance, not my last performance, but recently I was at Giza, Egypt.
In Egypt.
In Cairo.
I
yeah,
saw
we
the
have
video.
a-
Yes.
yeah, it was a spectacular
I couldn't imagine.
concert. And
What a
as
rush.
well, I just also performed with the Golden State Symphony in San Pedro.
Yeah.
With a holiday spectacular.
Here in California, San
Yes,
Pedro,
you will
California.
see the videos too.
Yeah, very nice, very
And
nice.
I've been singing, I sang with the Nevada Symphony Orchestra, with the Pasadena Symphony Orchestra, also with the Philharmonics as well,
Yes.
and the Ford Amphitheater, and Rome, and the Church Palace, and many other places, New York, Atlantic City, you mentioned it. I mean, experienced so many beautiful moments, knowing that I'm able to inspire people with music, with love and hope.
Well, you've inspired us today. I'll tell you, I'm so glad we had a time to have some laughs, listen to you sing. It's been a wonderful experience. Before we go, though, would you tell everyone where they can actually find you on, you know, Facebook or website?
You can find me in Facebook. Yes, and also my website is the www.maximomarcuso.com.
We spent a lot of time with Maximo. He was gracious to invite us to his New Year's party, and we find out that he's a resident now here in the desert. And everybody should look out for him because he's going to be a big hit here in the desert. Not only a great singer, but he's a hell of a guy.
Some enchanted evening, you may see a stranger. You may see a stranger across a crowded room.
How can you not have fun with this guy? Okay, listen. Before we sign off, Maximo, please, will you sing another song for us?
Absolutely, yeah.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, Maximo Marcuso.
Partirono le rondine del mio paese freddo e senza sole, cercando primavere di viole, nidi d'amore e di felicità. La mia piccola rondine partì senza lasciarmi un bacio, senza un addio per te. Non ti scordare di me, la vita portano sempre più nel sogno mio rimani tu. Non ti scordar di me, la vita mia legata a te. C'è sempre un nido del mio cor per te.